Hey everyone, how are you doing? How is your day so far? Mine was quite a mess, but I managed to film this tutorial for you, and this is a cut crease, very dramatic. I hope you are in the mood to see this, and without no further ado, let's start.
So first I'm prepping my eyes with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10 from Maybelline. Then I'm setting that with a powder from L'Oreal, and I'm also using a brush from ELF. So now that the eye is prepped, we can start the eye look. This is an eyeshadow from Makeup Factory. It's a matte one, quite reddish, and it's the shade 59. This is going all over my crease on the outer corner also, and this brush is a MAC 217. I'm doing like a V-shaped look, and I'm going outside the outer corner of my eye. I'm being also very careful to blend as I go because this is very pigmented and I don't want to end up with harsh lines. Now I'm dragging the same color underneath the eyes so that the two sides connect in a smoky way. The same concealer from Maybelline and a small flat brush I'm using now to cut the crease. On the lid, where at the crease where it's clean, I'm going to use now this pigment from NYX in the shade ELF. It's quite a pretty duochromatic pigment. In some lights it's pink, in some lights it's lilac-y mauve. Quite nice acid. This time I'm using it dry, so I'm dipping my brush into that and I'm applying it directly to the eyelid. Next step is the eyeliner. I'm using here a super liner from L'Oreal in the shade Intense Black. I already have the bottom shape going, so I only need to do the upper side now and fill in. To spice up a bit the game, I'm using a razor sharp eyeliner from Urban Decay in the shade Cuff. I quite like this silver glitter from them, and I also like the one that's called Space Cowboy. This is going along the third part of the eye. The inner part I'm going to leave bare. On that side I have other plans, but you're going to see soon. So this was the plan. I'm using some pretty stones on the inner part of the crease. I'll need a lash glue, the duo one I'm using here because it's my favorite, and I will put 3 dots. Directly on them I'm going to apply the stones, and you don't need to wait until the glue is dry. Just apply them, it's going to be okay. On the top lashes I am using from Ico the mascara, and it's in black. So as you can see, some of the pigment did transfer on my eyeliner, but I quite like it, so I'm going to leave it like this. This is the reason why I normally use the pigments wet. This time I decided to use it dry, so this is how it's looking. But I like it, as I've said, I think it suits the look. My foundation is the Indefectible 24 Hours Matte from L'Oreal in the shade 30. The brush is from Real Techniques, the expert brush if I'm not mistaken, and I did apply a base beforehand off camera. I applied a La Roche-Posay moisturizer and a primer from NYX. The concealer is no surprise, I did use it at the beginning of this tutorial. It's the Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10 from Maybelline. To set my base, I'm using a Laura Mercier loose powder in translucent. I don't need much of this because the foundation was quite matte, my complexion is quite dry, but I do want to set, I normally do, especially the T-zone because there I get a bit oily throughout the day. My bronzer, it's a relatively new on the market from L'Oreal. It's the Back to Bronze bronzer in the shade Sun Kiss. The brush I'm using here is from Zoeva, a bronzer brush. Then I took the Pro Glow Tarte palette from Tarte, and the bottom shade is a contour one, so I'm just going to use that to contour my cheeks. This brush I love very much is from Zoeva as well, a contour brush. The highlighter, it's called Stunner, and it has a lilac-y hue. It goes so well with this eye look. From Too Faced, I took next a hard blush in the shade Something About Berry. The brush is from Bare Minerals, it's called Flawless Face Brush. The same reddish eyeshadow from the beginning I'm taking next on a Real Techniques smudge brush, and as you can see I'm stamping on this eyeshadow on the lower part of the eye because I want it to be very intense. For the inner rims of my eyes, I'm using next a Too Faced eyeliner in the shade Perfect Black. This glides on nicely, it's very creamy but it's waterproof. Next, with the same eyeliner from L'Oreal, I am connecting the upper part with the bottom one, so I'm doing like a small connection line. The lower lash mascara, it's as usual the MAC one, the Extended Play Mascara in black. The lashes I'm going to use are from Flutter Lashes in Intoxicating. Now I'm going to reshape and fill in my eyebrows because they need it with the eyebrow pencil from Maybelline in the shade Châtain. To set them into place, I'm using a brow drummer from Maybelline as well, and the shade I'm using is the lightest one they have. To highlight the inner corners of my eyes underneath the brows as well, I am using my favorite shimmery eyeshadow from Art Deco in the shade 27. I've used it in my previous tutorial and I've said that I don't think they do this anymore because I cannot find it on the website anywhere. For the lips, I had to take again a matte ink liquid lipstick from Maybelline in the shade Lover 15 because I just love this formula. I love how it feels on the lips and how it smells.
So So guys, this was my dramatic look. I hope you liked it. As always, if you did like it, give me a thumbs up, please, because that helps me a lot and it's also free. Subscribe to my channel. That also would be amazing. And follow me on social media if you wish, because I post there quite often and you might like to see photos with makeup, new makeup, what I do every day and stuff like that. So follow me on Instagram, VERO, I'm new there, and also on Facebook. I'll see you there. Bye.